Whether you're a parent or a student, this is everything you need to know boiled down into just a few minutes.
So what does it take to have a great year making music? You might think it's complicated, but it's actually pretty straightforward when you break it down. We're going to map out the simple steps that really lead to a great experience for every single student. We've built this around 5 key areas. We'll kick things off with your performance commitment. Then we'll dive into how band grades work, cover what to do about absences, talk about earning your spot at special events, and wrap it all up with your simple path to success. All right, first up, let's talk about the most exciting part, right? The performances. This is where all that practice really pays off, and honestly, it's the heart and soul of the whole band experience.
Everything really boils down to this one number: 2. That's it. The entire band program, the whole school year, is built around 2 major required concerts. Just 2 big moments where all the hard work pays off and students really get to shine.
And don't mistake these for just fun little extracurricular events. The official wording from the school's curriculum guide calls them an integral part of the curriculum. You should think of them less like a recital and more like a final exam. Yeah, they're that important, a core academic requirement.
So what does that mean for you? It's simple. As soon as you get that band calendar, you need to mark those 2 concert dates down. Treat them like they're set in stone. The handbook is super clear that they should be given first priority if any other scheduling conflicts pop up.
Okay, so if the performances are treated like a final exam, how does that actually play into the grades? Let's take a look. The way it's set up is refreshingly clear, and it's all about rewarding that consistent effort. Just look at this breakdown. It's kind of surprising, right? A whopping 90% of the entire band grade comes from what's called the assignments category. All those formal exams, the written tests or playing tests, they only make up that little 10% slice. This tells you right away that the grade is all about the journey, not just a few big tests. Now, let's dig into that huge 90% a little deeper. This chart shows us exactly what's inside that assignments category. And look at that first bar. Wow. Just showing up and participating in the performances makes up 40% of the entire grade. 40%! This is exactly why we keep saying how absolutely critical those 2 concerts are.
So what about the rest? Well, the other big pieces of the grade are all about being prepared. The daily grade is super simple. It's just having your instrument, your binder, your pencil, all that stuff every single day. And then there's the PC grade. That stands for practice and consistency. It's not about being perfect. It's just about showing in class that you're putting in the time and working on your weekly goals. It's all about building those good habits.
But okay, we all know life happens, things come up. So what do you do if you have a conflict with one of those required performances that you just absolutely cannot get out of? Don't worry, there's a process for that. And it's a really clear 3-step process. Step 1, you have to get the official form from eCampus. Step 2, and listen, this is probably the most important part, you have to submit that form the moment you know about the conflict. Don't wait until the last minute. And finally, step 3, you complete the required makeup assignment to earn your credit.
And you really want to pay attention to this because the difference between following that process and, while not following it, is huge. An excused absence means you get a chance to do a makeup assignment. But an unexcused absence, meaning no form was turned in or it wasn't approved, that results in a 0 for that heavily weighted performance grade. So communication is absolutely everything.
All right, so beyond those 2 big concerts, there are other really cool opportunities, things like field trips and special performances. But here's the thing, unlike the main concerts, you have to earn your spot for these events. So how do you do that? Well, the directors basically have a checklist. It's all about being a responsible, well-rounded student. You need to keep at least a 2.0 GPA, make sure all your band fees are paid, show good behavior, no referrals or too many detentions. And of course, you've got to know your music and be a consistent participant in class. And it's really important to see that this isn't about punishing anyone. It's about making sure students are ready to represent the band and the school. The goal is always success. So if a student doesn't quite meet the criteria for one of these extra events, there's a safety net. They'll always get a different makeup assignment so they can still earn that credit.
Okay, let's pull all this together. We're going to wrap this up with a super simple checklist for what success really looks like in beginning band.
It really just comes down to these 4 things. Number 1, prioritize those 2 required concerts above everything else. Number 2, be prepared. That means bringing your supplies every day and practicing consistently. 3, communicate. If a conflict comes up, let Mr. Williamson know early and use the right form. And number 4, just be a responsible student overall. Stay on top of your grades, your behavior, and any fees. That's it. That's the entire playbook.
And one last thing, and this is maybe the most important point of all. You are not in this alone. If there's ever a problem, maybe with getting a uniform or accessories or any other supplies, there's a support system ready to help. All you have to do is let Mr. Williamson or the band boosters know about it in a timely way. They want to help.
So there you have it. The playbook is simple, right?